Hi everyone, how are you doing? In this video today in this video we're gonna create details of character's hair, making individual strands and adding volumes to the hair. Then let me see where we stop it to the last video. Well, I'm not going to create a braid like in the reference because the last two females model that I made had braids, so I want to vary it a bit. Or we will have three models with the same hairstyle, and I don't want to do this. And let me position on my microphone better. Okay, it's better. So how are we gonna start? For make a volume for this hair, I'm gonna change to the sculpting mode, and we start to inflate a little. We make more exposure, and let's create the strands first. Come back to the object mode and press 1 in the keyboard, and let's add a curve circle, and let's turn in 19 degrees. Scale down a little, it's too bigger. And let's add to a curve a path curve, put here, scale down a little, and selecting this path we're gonna to set this tool, data tool, and here we're gonna to in bevel we're gonna select the object, and drop we're gonna select to this circle. Let's set few caps. We need to set this. I don't, let me see. Yes, you can see what I'm doing. Let me put my reference here. Okay, but let me change this reference position for here. I think you don't need the reference for now because we don't use this hairstyle, so I'm gonna hide. You will need to see. You see this functions here, so let me hide it. Okay, well, as you see, when we select this curve, this path, and select the object and use the eyedrop to select the object like Bezier circle, this path had this form, a cylinder form. So what happened if we change this circle here? Let's go to the edit mode, and I'm gonna select this two points here and scale. As you see, the object here, the path, is scale 2, and now we're gonna add subdivide here and grab down, and here we scale down to make more thin. So now we have a straight here, we have a strand, a very good strand here. We come back to the edit mode, select the path and Alt S to scale down the extremities, and now we have something like a strand. It's kind of strand. So how you're gonna use it? You must to duplicate it with Shift D, and let's put in right position here in hair, and now is the magic are begin. The magic is begin, not R. The magic is begin. Let's put this strand here and go back to the edit mode. Now we're gonna move our vertices using grab, you need to press G in your keyboard, and you just need to move it away. This is spending a little time to be good, so you're gonna try the positions, trying to get the better positions as you want. There's no problem if this strand touch in other objects. That's really a good thing to do, because as you know, this model will be a 3D print, so each object, if have a thin point, a very small point, that's hard to start to print. So if you connect this little point in another bigger point, bigger objects, that will be easy for the print, for put your supports in the miniature, because you don't need to put a support in a very small object, because these objects are connected in another bigger one. So here, and now we're gonna object mode and shift G. Let's change this position here to put another one. So you need to do this a lot of times. I just usually do just 4 or 5 strands like this. The hair, I don't use this for all the hair, just for the frontal strands. Strands is too much close to the stranger things. If you want to turn this strand, you just need to press just Control T and turn. Select here, Control T, and there you go. I want to curve this more than this. I want this point to stay in there. So what I'm gonna do, I select these 2 points, 2 vertices, and subdivide, and I just select this point here stay when it is R, and now I can grab only this other here. Let's connect it here. Okay, there's two up here, let's go down a little to put this mesh here in the mesh of the hair. And now let's go back to the object mode. Let's save it. You need to remember to save all the time, because Blender sometimes crash and you may lost your all the time job. And let's Ctrl G to duplicate. What's going on? You see the let me Ctrl Z. This happens because the origin point are too far, so let's set origin to the geometry and shift G. Now it works. I'm gonna put here, maybe I position this strand in front of the face, but I don't usually put the strand in front of the face, because if you want to paint that miniature, you have hair straight in front of the face, you can paint very well the face. I don't usually do this. That's here. If you think it's too much, the bridge too much, it's too much. That's a little. I just trying to find the word I want to say. thick. If you want it's too much thick, what you want to do, what you need to do to let it more thin, you just select it, the vertices, just one or more than one. I want to select this 3 vertices here in the middle, and we press Alt S and scale down, and gonna be more thin to make a thin strand. As this miniature will be a little scale, 32mm scale, if you do this point here a too much thin, it will be difficult to print too, because it's too thin. It's dependent to your 3D printer, of course. If you had a good one, 8K or 12K printer, resolution printer, that's probably gonna be good, but it's not my case. Let me add here some subdivide, and now grab. I'm trying to make a natural bending hair here. Natural. Let's duplicate it to make another. Shift G. Just gonna change a little here. Edit mode. G. Here we're gonna turn, Ctrl T and turn. There's no problem in touching another, but maybe it's good you make this strand and touch the face. It will be good for the print. You don't let the empty space, the less empty space you let in your model is better. I press some K in keyboard. I don't know what K is it. Because I'm select the circle here. I use the Blender since 3 years, and sometimes I do something that I don't know how I do this, and I use it for the last 3 years, believe it or not. Now we're gonna select the all hair meshing, and now we're gonna detail it. We're going to sculpting mode and select the draw brush. Let's scale down our brush, and now I'm gonna make this strand here in the hair. It's a very low poly mesh yet, because I just want to add some volume to see how it works. This strand here are apart in the middle, so I need to put down this center of the hair for a little. It's too low. Let's add Ctrl R. Let's press R to add some vertices to remesh. Now it's a little better, not too much, but a little. And let's try to make it better. We have this path here in the strand. You just try to continue it. Okay, I usually use the clay strips to make the strand of the hair. It's still too much low poly, but there's no problem because I just want to make some volumes. Let's zoom out here, and here that's the thing you must to pay attention, because you want a straight, realistic straight. It's easy to lost the straight as you have a very big and longer hair, that's easy to lost how to do this. For now I just make a volumes for the stretch. What is the correct word? Strand with D, no stretch. Strand with D in the end. Strand hair. I'm trying to make some curves on the strands because the wine is blowing and the hair are in movement. You don't need to in this moment. You don't need to do this. It's very detailed because we're gonna detail it after we finish it. Well, I think it's okay for now, and let's add some density. Let's try to put it in more than 100,000 vertices. Okay, half 2,000. Not thousand, 100. Not, it's a half 200,000. 200,000. And I'm smoothing it to make it more smooth. The hair are very smooth. We had this volume half done here. That's what we want to make our reference to straight. And now we go back to the drawn, and we increase the strain here at 0.7 because we need this more hard. We need this brush more hard. And now push the strands. It's kind of a little weird for beginning in the start because you just start to make this straight, but when you're going and going and going in, the straights are gonna be good. That's weird here. That's smooth. I'm trying to use the same size for the brush because if you go and turn the size, this strand will be a weird aspect. This difference of the dip you need to smooth. Let's see. It's not very well, not very good yet, but that we're gonna be good. You can use the clay strips too if you want to make a bigger strand. That's work too. Sometimes I use it too. Especially in the bigger, in the very large hairs, because it's more easy to make a strands. I use this brush just to make some dirt things, make a noise in the hair, and after I do this I'm going back to the draw brush and make better the details. Now let's go back, go back, let's go back, come back, let's come back to the straight here, up here, and now straight here in this hair division here are more accentuated, it's more visible. You can use to the pinch brush to, of course, to pinch the straight hair. Let's try to take it off. Okay. Now I'm using a smaller brush because I want to make a better details, and that's the way you must do. You start using a large brush, and then after you are gonna use a smaller brush to make the details. You always start with this a bigger brush and then come to the smaller. Let's fix it. That's a little weird because we don't have a very good curve. That's some deformations here. Okay, we need to fix it here. Let's move a little, fix it. Let's pinch. Let's move. Now in the middle between these two strands, we can add some older strands. You don't need to do a little details, too much details here, because that will be a small miniature like this, so you can't see that details because it's too small. So we don't need to detail a lot. If you want to do a 3D model for a big print, that's good idea. This is a good idea to make a lot of little details. But if you don't want to do this, like me, I don't want to use this model for a big print, so I don't need to do very thin details, little details. That some words in English are too much difficult to say. But it's normal. English is not my main language. It's not my native language. I'm speaking Portuguese, and Portuguese has some hard word to say, difficult word to say too. That's normal in all languages. That's normal in all language. I think the more difficult language to talk in the whole world, I think it's German language. It's probably really difficult language to learn. The more easier, of course, it's Spanish, because Portuguese are very similar than Spanish. Had a lot of words with the same word to say the same thing. Well, this strand here, I gonna use the normal brush to make the mesh up, and then I use control or shift, I don't remember. No, it's a control to make this mesh go inner, and up and down in the sequence, up, down, and up, down, up, and then we're going in this way, up and down, up and down. And after I do this all in all the hair, I just come in some place like this and fix it using the smooth brush to make these nodes here, to clear these nodes here, to make it better. And then I use the pinch brush, pinch, to pinch. So we had almost a half hour in this video. I'm gonna stop for now. I will finish by myself, but I think you understand what it works. And I'm gonna fix all this deformations in the hair to make it better. As you see, you can see these deformations here. We're gonna smooth all of these deformations and make it this strand again, one by one. Did spend a little time, but as I told you before, this specifically this model will be a small scale 3D print, so I don't need to do this very well because you can see it as a print. Just one thing, let me show you just one thing. This strand here that we make it first, you need to, as you want to, if you want to make a render, of course you want to make a render to show your job for other persons, so you need to paint it. But this mesh is still a curve, so you need to convert to the mesh, and then convert to the mesh, convert the mesh, and convert the mesh. Now you go to the sculpting mode and you're gonna paint like we have. Let me add some value and saturation, trying to find the same color. It's too dark yet. Yeah, that's almost. And then okay. So I'm gonna finish by myself this down here on the hair, and I show you in the next video. So for now, I think you may understand what it works, what that process works, and I appreciate if you stay with me for all this time to see how I do my job, how I do my models, and I hope you enjoy it. In the next video, we're gonna make cape details and the skirt details, the bending and all the things. I think the skirt is very weird for now. It's not good. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna make it better. So you must see, you can see how I do this, how I can improve it, and it is for now. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel to see all my process. This is just one of my models. I have a lot of models, and I want to make a lot of more. And if you subscribe in my channel, you can see all my process as I post it. Okay, so thank you and see you later.